Welcome back, everybody. Good afternoon. We are here today with Ashley Bose. She was a 2022 Ocean Conservation alumni, and she's got a session coming up. Now, I guess we can give it a minute or two to let people come through. Yeah, she's going to be doing a session today on emotional brain training. So, where are you located today, Ashley?
Yeah, so normally I'd be in Lekwungen Territory in Victoria, BC, but I actually am on the mainland in Vancouver right now. I went to the BC Environmental Film Festival last night, so saw some pretty amazing films. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, actually, and there was a short film about eco-anxiety and hope and kind of following different early career professionals, it seemed like, around BC and telling their stories of interacting with nature and then, how we can provide more hope in the world. So it was very timely for this workshop.
No kidding, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So it looks like we got a few people in the on the live stream right now. If you're wanted to start, we're ready to hear.
Amazing. Well, thanks everyone for joining this workshop. It's just really great to be here and kind of share this work that I've been studying over the last year. That's really kind of helped me with my own eco-anxiety and also kind of navigating the environmental nonprofit space in kind of doing my work to help people connect to the planet and care for specifically the ocean. And that's kind of what brought me onto SOI Foundation's Ocean Conservation expedition in 2022. I was very lucky to join that expedition and go from Halifax to Bay of Fundy. And it was just an incredible experience, very rewarding to connect with other people who care about the ocean and visit local communities, as well as interact with youth aboard the ship from Wistaqua First Nations, as well as some other fun highlights were seeing minke whales and humpbacks on my birthday. So yeah, I really wanted to kind of share this work that I've been doing because I noticed over the last year as well, I've been feeling a lot of eco-anxiety. There's a lot happening in the world, and this work kind of helps me show up to take more action and bring kind of more of a hopeful mindset, which I think as ocean professionals, or if you're in the environmental sector, kind of building that resiliency is really important. So I will share my screen and hopefully this goes okay. Just give me a second. Yeah, and maybe while I'm searching for the best way to share my screen, if you just for this workshop want to either have a journal in hand or with a pen, or you can open up notes or a Google Doc on your device. There is an interactive part of this workshop where we're going to kind of tap into some of our feelings and kind of work through them into joy. So just as I kind of go to share my screen here, if you want to open up a document and have that ready to go, and then we will dive in. So just go to view. Oh, technical difficulties this morning. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you can see my screen. I'm sure Scotty will signal otherwise. So as I said, just doing this emotional brain training work, I have found it kind of helps me going from yeah, feeling those days where everything feels really heavy. Maybe I'm overwhelmed. There's a lot of global news to take in, or maybe I'm noticing something in my neighborhood. I live along this beautiful walkway, and sometimes I see things like plastic lying around, or things in the waterway, and generally just overall as well. As I've traveled, I've noticed some changes in the environment. So yeah, I really wanted to share this work so that you can assess kind of those things that you see every day or just in general. And hopefully go from feeling as flat as a fish on the beach to a breaching orca. So my story more recently, this summer, I was very lucky. I was in Tanzania, and I was doing some scuba diving among the coral reef. And yeah, it's a tropical paradise. However, I started diving in 2012 in Honduras, and already during that time there was talk of coral reefs bleaching and massive dying. So on this particular trip, I really was noticing, the changes in the coral reef. I was seeing, the bleaching. I was seeing plastic pollution in the water along the beaches. So while I'm smiling in this photo, it created a lot of anxiety for me to see this, and I just felt very guilty that I was like on this tropical vacation, but kind of feeling that I wasn't taking enough action, that I was, as a traveler, kind of having an impact, and just feeling very much alone as well in that, and seeing the ocean hurting. But then I also had incredible moments where, as you can see, I had I saw this octopus, and I had many incredible octopus moments. So it was really a roller coaster of going from this grief to joy and feeling more connected to the ocean. So I've been studying this emotional brain training over the last year. It was actually started by a scientist in the States, Laurel Mellon. She's originally a dietitian, and she was working with children to basically with overeating. She was helping them to kind of build up the skill set to improve their diet. And she noticed tapping into this formula of our emotional brain actually helped them reduce their eating habits and eat healthier. But it also created more joy. So she then went on to study neuroscience and created this incredible platform. It's an app. It's also a community of people that are coming in to do this work and kind of supporting each other along the journey. So yeah, I was curious about how we get stressed and how it can impact our perspective. So I started to do this work, and it's been pretty great. It kind of taps into what are our negative emotions, like what is the situation that's stressing us out, and then we move into kind of rewiring, like noticing what's kind of stressing us out and kind of moving into rewiring it. And that's just helped kind of foster more creativity, more like calm in general, just more awareness and mindfulness. I'm sure many of you have activities that you do on a day-to-day basis. Like for me, I'm a freediver, I'm a snorkeler. So getting into the ocean and exploring the underwater world kind of automatically creates that sense of calm and ease. But I can't access that every day. So having a tool that really works for me, as well as access to this community, is really important. And I just think as environmental professionals, or wherever you're at, if you're exploring kind of how to take action and care for the planet, then having that community, but also that sense of self-care is really important to this work. And I think that's how we'll create a longer term solution for the ocean and be able to keep a sustained level of action as we continue to care for ourselves, our communities, and the planet. So I'd like to invite you to do a check-in. If you'd like to just kind of lean in and sit back, and you can either place your hand on your heart if you would like, or hands in your lap. And I just want you to close your eyes and imagine your ocean sanctuary. So it could be on the waves, on a ship, and you're in your favorite place, maybe somewhere that you went to on a SOI expedition. You could be below the waves, exploring a cool underwater world. You could even be swimming and just kind of floating and feeling at ease. So I want you to imagine that place. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in and out. So again, take a deep breath in. And breathe out through your mouth. And one more time, take a deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And as you imagine your ocean sanctuary, I want you to observe yourself in that environment. How do you feel? Do you feel floating? You're swimming? Do you feel a sense of joy? Maybe the wind is in your hair. There's a smile on your face. Is there any notice of stress in your body? Because maybe you're coming into the session from a busy day, as we do. Just maybe notice, just warmly observe yourself with some compassion. And so the next part of this check-in is noticing how you feel and rating it as a number. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and I will share this meme that I created. So noticing how you feel in emotional brain training is kind of asking yourself, what brain state are you at? And so you could range from 1 to 5. So 1 is you're feeling amazing. You're like a dolphin, very playful, very joyful, very connected with yourself. And then 5 is, super stressed out. Maybe you're a piranha, you're on edge, you've kind of lost control of it. You could attack someone at any moment. 1, feeling great, a sense of joy, ease, calm. 2, kind of like a sea turtle, you're calm, but not quite that loving glow that you could be, like a 1. And 3 is a little stressed. Maybe you're, a crab, you could pinch someone. You're a little on the defense, but still getting through the day, still able to scurry along the beach. 4, you're definitely stressed. You're kind of tense, you're puffed up like a pufferfish, maybe ready to explode, but still keeping it contained. And then 5, as I said, you've lost control. Like, this is the part where we don't really have a sense of ourselves or how we're behaving or how we're reacting. So we kind of need to really take care of ourselves in that moment. Now, I can't see the chat, but feel free to comment or say what brain state you are at if you would like. I'm personally feeling like a sea turtle. I am calm. I'm not quite feeling the loving glow this morning, but I'm just grateful to be here and kind of sharing this work. And I just love sea turtles. So I am feeling a 2. So after you've assessed your brain state, we're going to go into, this is where kind of your journal, or if you can take notes, it would be really great. But you want to pick a situation to complain about. So something that might be bothering you, it could be something that happened today, it could be something long-term. Like for me, that situation of noticing the coral reef bleaching and not being able to do anything about it, like kind of feeling that sense of grief, would be a situation that I would use. So it would be something like, the situation is, I'm in Zanzibar, I've noticed damage in the ocean, and there's nothing I can do about it. And why am I traveling here? How am I taking action? So you just want to like stick to the facts and as much as possible and just complain. So maybe if you're ready, I will leave you to do that for a couple of minutes. And this part, I just gave it a minute. You do want it to be quick because we do have the tendency to, when we want to complain, we can maybe go on for a while. But to tap into the emotional brain, the suggestion is to keep it very short and to 5 sentences. It kind of narrows down, what's stressing you out or what you're complaining about. So hopefully you have something down, but it's all good if not. We will be continuing with the next part. So out of that situation, you want to look at one topic, keeping it short, maybe one sentence. You want to ask yourself, what I'm most stressed about is. So again, in my situation, I'm in Zanzibar, noticing coral bleaching and plastic pollution. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just here traveling. What I'm most stressed about is I'm having an impact on the planet. So you kind of want to take responsibility for what's stressing you out. And as best as you kind of want to check in with your body with any of those statements and see if they're true. So I will give you don't need too much time for this. So let's do 30 seconds. So I want you to ask yourself what I'm most stressed about is, and keep it to one sentence, one topic. So now that we've tapped into the situations, that we've complained about it, we've asked ourselves what's stressing us out the most, you want to take that stress statement and you want to tap into your anger. Anger is something I think a lot of us avoid. We don't really like to go there or feel it or express it. And the reason emotional brain training invites you to go there is we're using these negative emotions to really check in with our bodies. It's kind of the connector in our brain between what's stressing us out the most and exploring what's underneath that. So while it might be uncomfortable to get angry, or not, it might be easy. I just wanted to explain a little more about that because sometimes I'm not quite able to tap into that feeling of anger and I might gravitate more towards sadness. So in this step, you have your situation, what you've complained about, and then you want to take what you're most stressed about and you want to use that statement to kind of kick off the anger. So in my case, in Zanzibar, coral reef bleaching, can't do anything. What I'm most stressed about is I'm having an impact on the planet. So I would take that and I would say, I feel angry that, and again, my statement kind of changes here. I feel it kind of expands in the situation. So I feel angry that I'm having an impact on the planet and I can't do anything about it. And you can take anger as far as you want. You can, in your journal or in your notes, kind of, if you're really feeling it, express it more. But I just wanted to kind of keep that part simple for you for now. So I'll give you a moment to write down. Again, the prompt is, I feel angry that. And if you are feeling that anger in your body, you want to kind of take a moment and allow yourself to kind of feel it as much as you can. And maybe just take a deep breath to transition to the next part, the next feeling. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And out. So the next part of this is tapping into sadness. So the statement is, I feel sad that. So in this situation that you're complaining about, that's stressing you out the most, you want to tap into what is a loss to you in this situation. So for me, I feel sad that I feel sad that I'm seeing damage and pollution in our ocean, and I'm not doing anything about it. That I'm losing a place that I love. So I will give you a moment to create your own statement. And then we will just take another deep breath in. If you feel any more sadness, just allow yourself to feel it until it fades. Take a breath out. So now we want to go into what we're afraid of in this situation. So the statement is, I feel afraid that. And in this situation, yeah, what would be a possible negative consequence to you? So in my work, I feel afraid that, yeah, I'll lose a place that I love and never get it back, and I'll never, yeah, see the ocean in a healthy state again. So yeah, that really feels like a huge consequence, because as I said, I just get so much out of visiting the ocean. So you want to tap into that. So I feel afraid that, and go ahead and write down your statement. And then the next statement is, I feel guilty that. So what's your part in this situation? Like, what do you feel you could be doing, but you're not? So in my situation, I feel guilty that, yeah, I'm not doing enough for the ocean. So I'll give you a moment to tap into that. Okay, now for the fun part. Thank you for going through all those emotions. This is the best part of this work. You get to tap into the positive emotions. This is what lifts you up and kind of moves you out of that stress state into taking action and more joy, hopefully. So now you want to kind of sit up straight in your chair, if you're standing, and shoulders back, and check in with yourself. So you want to say a statement of gratitude. So I feel grateful for. So what are you most thankful for in this situation? So I feel grateful that, in Zanzibar, I found a community of people who care for the ocean. And I was able to talk to them about these hard topics and learn more about what's happening and what I can do about it. So give you a moment to do that. And the next statement we want to make is, I feel happy that. So yeah, just check in with yourself. In this situation, what are you most glad about? So I feel happy that I had these incredible moments with octopus that did make me feel connected and happy to be in the ocean and just wanting to do something about it. So if you want to write down your statement, give you a moment. Next part is, I feel secure. So what makes you feel at peace in your body in this situation? So I feel secure that, I feel secure there that I have access to an incredible community of people doing amazing things for the ocean, and that change is happening, and we can protect it. So give you a minute to do your statement. The next statement, I feel proud that. So what makes you feel worthy and successful in this situation? What kind of brings you that sense of feeling good about yourself and kind of confident? So I feel proud that that I care about the changes happening in the ocean, and I do want to do something about it. And I found a local community that could, tell me more about it and tell me about some of the coral restoration projects that are happening in the area. So I feel proud that I didn't ignore this stressful situation in the ocean, and I got curious and connected with a cool community. So give you a moment to do your statement. So now for this next part, this is what's called the take action tool. And yeah, it's kind of in this situation, just given like all the emotions you felt from what's stressing you out, what makes you feel angry, sad, afraid, guilty, into more of the gratitude and happy, as well as secure and proud. What do you expect yourself to do in that situation? So the statement we want to ask ourselves is, I expect myself to do the best I can to. And this is, what action will you take? So going from, again, just feeling stressed about the situation to hopefully a little more positive and hopeful. What action would you take? And kind of what do you expect yourself, like how do you expect yourself to kind of show up going forward? I expect myself to do the best I can to, keep learning about ways to, support ocean leaders to take action and, learn more about the restoration projects and how I can support them around the world. That's in that situation, I think that's kind of the best I can, is to keep learning and figure out the ways I can continue to support people, ocean scientists or restoration coral gardeners who are taking action to support the reefs. So I'll give you a moment to do that. So we want to affirm this action for ourselves, especially, kind of going through those roller coasters of emotions and kind of getting into what brings you joy and what action you would take. I invite you to pick a positive and powerful thought about your action. So I expect myself to do the best I can to, keep supporting ocean leaders and learning more about how to support coral restoration projects. And my powerful and positive thought is, I have the power to do that. And I often pick that one. It makes me feel pretty confident, makes me feel good. So you can either invent your own, or some prompts could be, I got this, I have the power to do that, it's the right time, this matters to me, it's not that hard, it's the right thing to do, I can do this. Okay, that's a pretty fast one for you. So this is the best part. After doing all that work, you collected a joy point. So I would just invite you to celebrate however you want to. Maybe a little fist pump is always good. But yeah, kind of going from feeling the stress in your body or complaining about a situation into all those emotions, into hopefully feeling a little more joyful. And assessing how you're going to take action going forward, given everything you felt. It's important to celebrate that. I like it because it kind of gamifies your brain, all the emotions. Who doesn't like to collect points or rewards? But if you do want to share how you're feeling, I know I can't see the chat. Maybe Scotty can share some of the answers. But I'd love to know if anyone kind of discovered anything interesting about that work. And as I said, I really wanted to share this because I myself sometimes get frozen on how to take action for our planet. And I just think with all the incredible work that SOI alumni is doing and everyone I met on my expedition, as well as outside of it, that I want people to feel empowered to continue to show up for themselves, as well as the ocean. So thank you for joining me on that journey, and I'm happy to share any questions that you might have. I also, if you would like to learn more about emotional brain training, I put the website link. It's ebtconnect.net. And I would also invite you to take down my email if you want to share anything about what you learned or follow up with any questions. And I'd be happy to share maybe like a worksheet if you would like to kind of continue doing this work on your own, or if there's interest in maybe building a community to get together maybe once a month to kind of go through this. I would be happy to facilitate that and support that. But thank you all for kind of going through that journey with me. And happy to answer any questions or hear about your experience if you'd like to share. So I'm seeing Eric. Thank you for sharing that. This seems like an interesting approach. Oh, it's gone. For investigating even positive emotions, it felt like a conversation with the self. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great way to kind of tap into what you're feeling. I think we don't always take those moments to check in with ourselves and have those conversations. Even one of the tools in this emotional brain training is just asking yourself, like, how do I feel right now? What do I need? And sometimes my needs are like, I haven't drank a glass of water in a while. I just need to hydrate. So it's also a useful tool for kind of those micro moments of just wanting to check in with yourself. And I often do use the check-in tool to remind myself to take those deep breaths and warmly observe myself throughout the day. So Mac, thanks so much. So thanks, Ashley. This is a good reminder to apply these steps and thoughts to everyday life and smaller non-global decisions. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to hear more about your work as well, Mac.
Well, Ashley, that was a fantastic presentation you did there.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, soothing. It was a soothing activity that we did for sure. Turn sometimes scary thoughts into powerful ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully not too scary. But, yeah.
Oh, Kirsten, I'm taking a big.
Ooh, I love that. A big eco exhale. And renewed hope. That's a great one.
Now, before we close up, did anybody else have any questions that they want to bring up to Ashley?
Yeah.
I'm sure it could, and maybe we'll reach out next year after some expeditions, Ashley, to maybe have you do one of these during an expedition. But we'll yeah, I think it definitely could, Eric. That was a good thought.
Yeah, and I think one thing I really appreciated on the expedition I was on was those nights when we got together in the hangar and unpacked the day and kind of shared, what we learned and how we were feeling. I really, love how SY does the check-ins, at least when I was on it. It's really impactful.
Yeah, the debrief moments, you definitely remember them, hey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Ashley. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and we also, SOI, very much appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Scotty. Thanks, everyone, for joining. And again, feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Will do. Take care.
Take care.